Okay, so I decided to record my video in the hotel weight room. So if y'all can see, obviously my face is broke out. When I tell y'all this has been the most stressful surgery ever, and I haven't even gotten the surgery yet. So let me catch y'all up. Today is Sunday. Today's Sunday. No, today is Monday, October 31st. So I did get here yesterday on Sunday, the 30th. I got to Miami probably about 8 o'clock. So let's start with this. So I had booked my Airbnb almost a week in advance. I got a email Friday that said my Airbnb had been canceled due to something on a background check. Now, I'm going to attach the email so that y'all can see what the wording was. But for one, I didn't know Airbnb ran a background check. For two, I don't have nothing on my background. But it closed out my whole account. Like, I can no longer book with Airbnb. But my thing is that I was leaving for Miami that Sunday, and they canceled my Airbnb Friday. So, and of course, since I paid for it a week in advance, that they had already took my money. And here we are, today is Monday, and still have not got my money back for that Airbnb. But anyways, jumping ahead of myself. So yeah, I booked the Airbnb a week in advance. They canceled it Friday, said it was due to something from my background. But I'm gonna tell you what happened, and try to avoid this if you can. So the Airbnb I booked, the host asked me to send a copy of my ID in the chat that you could chat through on Airbnb. So me not thinking nothing of it, because I've been on Airbnb for 2 years, been booking rooms, been doing whatever. So I sent him a copy of my ID, and then Friday is when I get that email. So I'm gonna tell you the conclusions that I came to as far as what I feel like triggered it. So when you start with Airbnb, I've never uploaded my ID, I don't believe, with Airbnb once you set up an account. So what I believe happened is that when you set up an account with Airbnb, you do put in your first and last name, your phone number, and maybe your email. But other than that, that's the only information Airbnb has. So with me sending my ID through the chat, now they had access to my first and last name, my driver's license number, my address, my date of birth. Like, now they had all that information to where they could run a background check, because they have information that they need now. And so I'm thinking, honestly, that what triggered it. So if your host ever asks you to send your ID, tell them if you can either give it to them in person or what the case may be, because they kicked me off because I have a speeding ticket from 2017. And then I also Googled the third party just to see, like, well, why did y'all run a background check on me? So Airbnb uses a third party, and I Googled them, and a lot of people have been complaining about them. They were saying the same things, like they, had maybe a misdemeanor almost over 10 years ago, and now they can no longer book on Airbnb, but they've been booking on Airbnb and got good reviews. So yeah, it was just a bunch of mess. So from Friday, I did not find the room where I'm at until I left Sunday. So that would explain to you why my face is broke out, because I literally had my surgery. Had a plan to get surgery, rented the car, but had nowhere to stay. Then before I leave Sunday, I booked the hotel I'm at now, and then I'm leaving to go and get the rental car. All the rental trucks that they had at Enterprise looked like damn work trucks. Like, who want to drive around in a work truck? Like, seriously, nobody wants to drive around in a work truck. So I was able to find a nice truck that had like the GPS and stuff like that, but it does have some issues. As I was coming to Miami, I did notice that the windshield had a crack in it, and the dashboard has a big like crack down the middle. So I don't know what Enterprise has going on. They really need to do better, because the one in Panama, they have nice trucks, but the ones where I'm from, they just it was a mess. Like if I needed a truck, I could have went to U-Haul and got a better truck than the one that y'all were trying to give me. So that had me stressed out as well, but you know, I got it corrected, got it fixed, whatever. And so we got the truck, and you know, I booked the hotel. Now, once I leave, I'll tell y'all where I stayed at, but I'm not telling y'all where I'm at. But for the hotel that I'm at, and it's actually maybe like a 18-minute drive, and it's really worth it. The only thing I'm going to tell you is that they only have a mini refrigerator, but they do have a balcony. So like say you're bringing a friend or, you know, a boyfriend or significant other with you that, you know, smokes, instead of them, you know, always having to go, you know, back and forth down to the lobby and out the door, it's nice to get a room with a balcony. So my boyfriend, he smokes. So, you know, now he could just walk out to the balcony and smoke instead of having to go up and down. But the room for 5 nights was only, what was it? I think it was $558. And that's including breakfast. You get breakfast for free every day you're here. And parking was free. Now, one thing I noticed calling around at the hotels is that you have to pay for parking in Miami. Like, unless you're booking, you know, through an Airbnb or Vrbo, whatever that's called, you have to pay for parking at hotels. And they do require a deposit. Once I got here, the deposit was $100, and you know, of course, they'll release it back to you once you leave. But it has to be paid with a debit or credit card. You know, that take 3 to 5 business days, yada yada, whatever. But I feel like it was very affordable. $500 and something, you know, to stay for 5 nights. It's got a pool. As you can see, I'm in the weight room. You kind of got, you know, a city view. It's not nothing major. Like, it's honestly a decent hotel for $500 and something. For $500 and something for 5 nights, you're gonna be thinking, oh, it's got to be in the hood. It's gonna probably be roaches running across the floor, you know, whatever. But only thing I had to bring was I did bring a microwave. The rooms did not have a microwave. They do have a microwave down in the lobby and a restaurant down there as well, where you would go and get your breakfast from. But then people looking at me like, what is she in there doing? Because I'm in their weight room. But I brought a microwave so that way, you know, I could reheat my food and stuff. And I also bought I think it's called a griddle, the little flatbed that you could, you know, cook food on. But I did bring that, which I probably may not use because I really don't eat a lot. But for $500 and something, I felt like it didn't hurt for me to bring, you know, my microwave. Like, I could do that. And then I got a balcony. I could go sit outside. So I felt like for that price, it's really not that bad. And like I said, it's maybe like a 15 to 20 minute drive from Nip Tuck Anesthetics. So if you're having surgery there, this is really close. If you can't find, you know, anything that's affordable, I would definitely recommend this place here. But I just wanted to touch bases with y'all. I just got back from pre-op, you know, paying my money. And now, what I did notice last year, I had my surgery at Beyond Beauty Plastic Surgery with Dr. Stephan. I guess now he's at the Nip Tuck building, which is the sister company. Pre-op was just like that. I was maybe in and out an hour. Last year, when I had surgery at Beyond Beauty, pre-op maybe was 3 to 4 hours. So I was really happy about that. And I got to see the doctor. Last time, you did not get to see that doctor until the morning of your surgery. But this time, I actually got to see him, show him my body, and actually got some money taken off because he said that I did not need saline implants. All I need is a lift. So I'm glad I got to see him before the day of surgery, because if not, you know, they would have been acting funny with that money. But it is what it is. But I am here. I have surgery tomorrow, so I'm about to try to enjoy myself. I'm about to go down to the pool in my bathing suit and take me some pictures. And I will post that. Y'all stay tuned.